We're here at Electric Picnic 2013 with Johnny Marr. Welcome, Johnny. Great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah, you did a show in Dublin earlier this year, which was phenomenal. A very memorable show. You were showered with gifts.
Yeah.
You got a T-shirt and a book, and there was such a brilliant atmosphere actually in the venue that night.
Yeah, that was a fun night. You come into Dublin expecting for it to be like, not just an ordinary show, really.
Yeah.
It's got a vibe. There's some cities that are like that, and particularly for me, because I've got such a history with Ireland. But that night, it went off straight away. It was a particularly good night. I've met a few people and heard from a few people who were there, and it was everybody loved it.
Yeah.
So I've been looking forward to coming back here. I mean, I played Electric Picnic a few years ago with Modest Mouse, and that was a good time as well. Modest Mouse were really liked in Dublin, and Ireland, all over Ireland. People, they were surprised because they didn't expect they were going to be as known as they were.
Really?
Yeah.
And what are your memories of that performance, that Electric Picnic with the guys?
Well, it was that very thing that some people were singing along with the album that really surprised everybody. And it's got I don't want to say mellow, but it's kind of a cool atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's dead cool. It's not too leery, but everyone's up for having a good time.
Absolutely, it's a good balance.
Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's into music.
Yeah, of course. So The Messenger is my album of the year. I loved. Were you pleased with the response to the album, or what were your expectations?
I had my fingers crossed that fans were going to like most of it.
Yeah.
That was as much as I could muster, really, and I thought that was quite a big ask, really. Okay, most fans will like 8 or 9 of the songs, but as you say, it's gone down really well, and critics liking it.
Yes.
Loving it. That's a funny one, I don't want to get too used to it,
No. Well, you should. What was the writing process like? Did the songs come together quickly, or?
What happened with the writing process was that I had a load of ideas in my mind for things that I thought would be good things to write songs about, like hyperactivity and generate, consumerism and being kind of detached from consumerism, which ended up as the right thing, right? Vaguely had an idea about a protest song for school children. So I had all these things, but they weren't really written.
Yeah.
And then when I started to write them, they just were like, tick, that's gone well, that song's gone well. Some of them just kind of came out. But I gave myself a task of writing 30 songs because I figured if 15 of them have got to be good if I write 30, or 12 of them have got to be good. So when I got to about 27, I stopped. And it was a really amazing thing. I couldn't wait to get in the studio every day.
Yeah.
You can't get any better than that.
Sure. And you produced the album yourself. Why did you choose to do that, or you wanted to do that?
I forgot that how much work that was. I forgot that I did that, and I just do that because I can produce. And in all honesty, if I had a producer, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
I really with the Cribs, we had Nick Launay, and with Modest Mouse, we had Dennis Herring, and with Inception, Hans Zimmer. And I come to do my own album, and I just forgot that he was on my toes, and I was pretty grumpy for about a couple of months because I don't really like having to find the microphones to put over a cymbal, and find it when the bass sound isn't right, and I don't think that the front man in a band, the kind of band that I'm in, should be bothered about those things.
Yeah. Focus on your job.
Focus on my job. Yeah. So to be honest with you, that was a bit of a difficult task, but now I've done it. I'm glad I've done it.
Will you do it again?
Yeah, I will, and I'll be kind of probably complaining about that side of things. Only for a couple of weeks this time.
But you said yourself, the band, you were only getting the band together for the last album, so you ended up doing lots of bass and other things.
Yeah.
And now at least you have the band in place for the next record.
So you were listening when we were talking?
I was listening, of course, hanging on your every word.
I'd forgotten about that. No, that's right. Well, this time out on the next record, I've got a really ace band, and and you know, having done the messenger, that's the technical side of things should be a little easier, and so it means that you can just focus on the words being even better and the singing being even better and the guitar playing. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wish my life away though, because there's a lot of shows. I've got to play here first.
Yeah,
I've got to play tonight.
Really looking forward to. But you are demoing new songs as well.
Yeah.
How do the songs you're working on at the moment compare to the tracks on the Messenger?
They're kind of in the same ballpark,
Right,
which is what I'm trying to make sure I don't go off piste too much, because a lot of it is it's coming out of this relationship that me and the audience have right now, which is the way bands used to write. The bands I was in the early days used to write where you put your record out and you're touring it, and then time comes to do another record really quick.
Yeah.
When you get a bit older and you have other things to consider, you can get caught up with life outside of music too much.
Right. Okay.
And I'm really trying to avoid that. So I'm trying to write this record while we're touring now.
Okay.
So it feels like a continuum from that record. I don't see any reason why I should change at this point. Sure. Which is unusual for me. I'm actually doing what people don't expect me to do, which is stay the same.
Right, okay.
Work that out.
Yeah, confusing people, yeah. And so you're playing Electric Picnic today, which we're all really looking forward to. And are you going to try and check out some bands yourself? You're saying the Stripes you're a fan of?
I'm going to see Stripes, they're on before me. And I was going to see Franz because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I was like seeing Franz. And
are you going to check out David Byrne?
I'm going to say hello to David Byrne. I'm going to check him out, yeah, because he still sings really. David Byrne's, he's kind of in some ways he gets better and better. So it's quite inspirational when you see someone like that. He's still very involved in moving forward, I think.
Sure, yeah. And when we spoke, you mentioned Nick Zinner from the Yeah as someone you'd like to work with.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else?
I quite like I'd love to do a track with PJ Harvey, because she's someone you're always pleased when she puts a record out.
Sure, yeah.
You know.
Okay, so Polly is looking at videos on hotpress.com. This can be an informal invitation. Yeah. And so what are the plans then for the rest of the year?
I've got a tour of the UK, some of the UK in October, and then I go back to America again in November, and I'm going to maybe do I'm going to do another film again, I think. Yeah. Well, I can't say what it is yet.
Okay. But you enjoyed working with Hans Zimmer?
Yeah.
Inception, yeah.
Yeah, I got spoiled really, because Inception did very well, so it's all downhill from there.
I'm sure that was purely because you were involved.
Oh yeah, it was a fluke.
Okay, but another soundtrack project to watch out for.
And so there's a touring, and there's maybe another soundtrack, and definitely the next record as well. Yeah. Got to Australia at the end of the year, so maybe I wanted to do the festivals again next year.
Yeah,
so
right.
I don't want to go away.
So we'll see you back here next year then.
If they'll have me, yeah.
Okay, Johnny Marr, thank you so much.